everyone, thank you for joining me, Carl Mason, for yet another episode of Ramblng Reviews right here on Mason's Music Library. Now today I'm discussing an absolute cracker of an album, and that is In the Aeroplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel. Now this album is a true psychedelic folk rock classic, so today I'm going to be looking into the lyrics, investigating into the instrumentation, contemplating the concept. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review. Neutral Milk Hotel are an elusive American indie rock outfit coming from Ruston, Louisiana. Initially established in the 1980s by the singer-songwriter and utter legend Jeff Mangum. Now the band put out a number of pretty low-key demos through the 90s, getting things going with releases including 1992's Beauty and 1994 Sharon Monroe House demos, until they were ready to put out their first studio debut album on Avery Island in 1996, receiving fantastic critical reception for its fusion of styles and sounds, making for such a distinctive project. And I wonder what you guys think about On Avery Island, because I've not heard too many people talking about it, so I would love to hear your thoughts on the project. Now, regardless, this album came out just at the right time to give the band the platform to show the world what they have to offer. And in 1998, they released In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, a wonderfully whimsical and remarkably revolutionary little album that stands completely alone as the last album the band would ever record. And I absolutely love that. They worked so hard and kept at the grind until they were ready, and when they were, they just nailed it and then hung up their coats on said nail for good, leaving a little timepiece, a little capsule of emotions launched from over the aeroplane over the sea. In the Aeroplane Over the Sea has a totally authentic feel to it, making it more of an experience than an album, as it flows effortlessly from track to track, giving the album that Pink Floyd style one complete piece ambience. I mean, if you look at the copy of the album, there is not a track listing anywhere, and that's because it was made to be played in its entirety. And that is not a problem at all for me, to be completely honest, because it's an absolutely remarkable album, and if you just sit back and experience it, it will be an experience. And that comes with a Mason Music Library stamp guarantee. One of the interesting elements that makes up the concept of this album was Jeff Mangum's love for the book The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, who, if you're unfamiliar with, she was a victim of the Holocaust, eternalized by the publication of her diary, the diary she kept while she was hiding from the Nazis. Now, Jeff found tremendous inspiration from this book, not only in Anne's character and purity and strength, but in the way she created a timepiece, and that will continue to echo through time. And he often makes references to this fact throughout the album, so keep your ears at attention for the sweetly subtle references to a legend lost to the time. The album opening track, or I suppose tracks, The King of the Carrot Flowers Part 1 and then Parts 2 and 3, transport the listener to a very nostalgic little bubble that is surrounded by the complexities of life, be it relationships, family or faith, but within that bubble you feel safe, and I feel this sets up the album in the most wonderful way. Jeff Mangum has just such a talent for imparting his own experience and aligning them with the feelings and emotions of the listener, making for such a submersive introduction to this project. But I wonder, how does this opening song make you feel? Because I'm sure it's different for everyone. Does it give you a kind of transportive effect, or do you just think it makes for a decent setup to the rest of the album? Now let me know in the comment section below. For me personally, I love how these two opening songs cover such tremendous musical ground as the band go from a stripped back kind of acoustic folk, Bob Dylan kind of vibe to an all-out aggressive fuzz rock sound that would not feel out of place in a Nirvana or a Soundgarden album, fitting perfectly into the context of this project, as it helps to capture that feeling of teen angst, expressing the emotions that people try to bury deep in their youth. And it's not hard to see why this band inspired so many new pop-punk bands such as Brand New, Blink-182, because their music is just so laden with interweaving emotions and expressions that are often contrasting by nature, but I guess this means growing up. The next song on the album is the triumphant title track, In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. My favourite song from this album, I must say, I just adore its composition, the way that the layers build up, introducing the swirling synths, heart-melting horns, and the song progresses. We just get a beautiful tapestry that envelops the listener in a different and contrasting emotions from joy to melancholy, opening up with this simply subdued acoustic track, which I'm going to play for you right now.
What a beautiful face I have found in this place that is circling all around the sun. What a beautiful dream that could flash on the screen in a blink of an eye and be gone from me. Soft and sweet, let me hold it close and keep it here with me. And one day,
Simply unforgettable. For me, there are a few more iconic song openers. It just takes a hold of me, transporting me to that aeroplane over the sea. And for me, I feel that's all I have to say about this song, because words fall short. Another remarkable little track from this album is the enchanting 8-minute long Oh Calmly, a more subdued track where Jeff really demonstrates his talents not only as a songwriter but as a singer, with his often strained voice that communicates more than any words can, feeling reminiscent of Bob Dylan or Kurt Cobain, who I'm sure were both big influences for Jeff. Oh Calmly explores how Manglum's perspective of sexuality was traumatised by his own father's infidelity, making reference to his father's preference for prostitutes, something that seems to have created a bit of a schism within Jeff, as his perspective of women and femininity as pure and sacred is juxtaposed by the tainted, sacrilegious view of love. Mangum communicates this by juxtaposing vulgarity with the presupposed idea of feminine beauty and purity in an attempt to make sense of his father's infidelity. Take the opening verse 2, which again I will play for you right now.
your father made fetuses with flesh-licking ladies while you and your mother were asleep in the trailer park. Thunderous sparks from the dark of the stadiums, the music and medicine you needed for...
In this bar, Jeff conjures up a very surreal image of the contrasting emotions that he feels about femininity, both the lust and love that it invokes, as well as the pain and discomfort that it can inspire within. This is a truly remarkable album, and it's those one-of-a-kind journey kind of albums that draws you in, takes you by the hand, leading you through the beautifully ugly contrast of life, because you cannot have good without bad, and you cannot have bad without good. And I think the key is to embrace yourself and all that makes up you, and allow love to guide you in the aeroplane over the sea. And that's going to have to do it for this week's episode of Ramblng Reviews. But before you head out, I have this week's recommended listening list for you. Just a few songs that nicely complement this album. Starting with Harness Your Hopes, a B-side by the band Pavement, First Day of My Life by Bright Eyes, which is a really sweet song by the way, and Free Features by Neutral Milk Hotel. Now I want to thank you all once again for tuning in to another episode of Ramblng Reviews. I'm trying out a new format and trying to kind of push myself to the limits a little bit with making this series, so any kind of feedback would be massively appreciated. And if you would like to see more from Mason's Music Library, then feel free to subscribe to the channel and check out all major social media platforms, everything linked in the description box down below. So if you have any recommendations for future episodes of Ramblng Reviews, please leave them in the comment section below. And thank you once again, take it easy and have a fantastic day.